Yes, I'm with you.
Yes, I thought you were saying something. Because my reaction.
All what I'm trying to tell you is that his campaign message is going to be anchored on all the ingredients that politicians articulate to be able to win.
Okay.
And the economy is inclusive, infrastructure, facility, education,
So let's interrogate that a little bit, Mazu. In terms of infrastructure, what is he going to point to as his success story in terms of infrastructure?
We have constructed a lot of hospitals, and the agenda
like which one?
Of course.
Agenda 111, Mazu. You see, this is where Mazu, I know you. You are my brother. Okay.
No, I have no problem with that. Even I'm not your brother, but just interrogate me.
Nah. You are my brother. You will always be my brother. You always be my brother. Okay. Politics is politics. Personal relationship is personal relationships. So let's not get it mixed up. What I'm saying to you is this. If you say Agenda 111 is on course, it's an insult to Ghanaians.
It's an insult to Ghanaians.
It is, because we don't see any Agenda 111. And how are you going to execute Agenda 111 in 8 months, 10 months? It's an election year.
I don't even have to close my eyes. I will do it effortlessly. We have more than 12 districts that their building have completed.
Can you name them?
Agenda 111. I'm telling you this.
Can you name some of them, please? Just like 3 or 4.
Is completed. Yape Koshagu is completed. Damangu is completed. ASSIN FOSO is completed.
ASSIN FOSO. I come from ASSIN FOSO. My parents live in ASSIN FOSO. I know ASSIN FOSO like the back of my hand. There is nothing. There is no hospital in ASSIN FOSO. None. The Kushegu and all those ones, I have to go and research. But ASSIN FOSO, I can tell you on authority, there's no regional hospital, district hospital, nothing in ASSIN FOSO. ASSIN FOSO has the St. Francis Xavier Hospital, and that is a Roman Catholic hospital.
I want you to delink emotion from this.
There's no emotion.
Take your time. You mentioned regional hospital. I never mentioned regional hospital.
I never said anything about regional hospitals.
111 hospital. There's difference between those kind of things and those kind of things.
Yes, but I'm saying that I'm from ASSIN FOSO, and I know that there's no district or regional hospital of any sort that has been completed by the NPP in ASSIN FOSO.
That is where the confusion is coming from. The regional hospital, the district hospital you're talking about, is outside Agenda 111.
Mazu, forget about regional or district. There is no hospital, period. There is none.
Okay, no problem.
There is no hospital in ASSIN FOSO, but let's move on.
No problem. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Yes, you did mention education. What do you have to point out as the success story in education?
Oh, we have expanded the educational infrastructure. We have expanded the intake, and the just recent release WASI results should tell you that Ghanaians are much more comfortable with the implementation of the free secondary school education in Ghana. The results have been quite impressive.
I'm sure you've also heard about some negative things being said about that. Have you?
How can something come with a negativity? It is only sorry. It is only John Mahama who went and said they cheated in exams.
No, it's not just John Mahama. There are some headmasters and some other people who have said that too.
They are not politicians. Those headmasters who mentioned are not politicians. They've never been president. They don't want to be president. They are not part of the political discussion. The person who is part of political discussion, who has been a president and who wants to be a president again, came out and said that they were bribed. That is out of desperation.
Mazu, let's forget about politics. Sometimes I want us to center the discussion on the ordinary Ghanaian. These people that you say we should forget about are rather the people we should be listening to. Yes, exactly. So instead of just listening to John Mahama and reacting to him, we should sometimes listen to the other people who are speaking too. So these people that you just mentioned, they are not politicians, but they did come out to say the same exact thing John Mahama was saying.
Okay, then that's all.
Okay, so then what was the other one that you wanted to?
No, that's all.
Are you upset?
I am not upset. How can I be upset? If I'm upset, I will tell you I'm leaving the program.
Okay. I hope you won't do that because you are one of my quality guests, and
oh no, I have no problem.
I keep coming to you for your input because I respect your input.
I'm never upset. If I'm upset, I'll just tell you that it's okay. I wouldn't be part of it.
Okay. Well, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you, and I have been for a very long time. You know this, because some time ago, let me remind you if you forget.
Let's move on. We have come a long way. So forget about the past. Let's just go on.
We can't forget about the past, but let's go on. All right. So you've mentioned infrastructure, education. What else were you?
No, I mean those are the things.
Those are the two major ones.
Probably his campaign team will be able to articulate
the rest
better than me.
Okay. All right. So let's look at the running mate issue again.
Yeah.
Who do you think will be an ideal running mate for Dr. Bawumia?
First of all, the party has always looked at the balancing, regional balance, religion, and that of knowledge-based individuals. It has always been the tradition of the party, even though not a constitutional injunction, but it's a convention. Whenever we have for the past 20 years, the standard bearer, in other words, the flag bearer normally comes from down south, and we partner him with anybody who has a northern extraction or Islamic background. So that has been what is going on within the tradition of the NPP. Now that we have had His Excellency, the Vice President, being a Muslim, and of course a northerner, it means that we'll be looking for somebody who will come with the southern background, and of course a Christian with an impeccable knowledge, sound knowledge of Ghanaian politics. So those are the criteria we are going to use in picking up our running mate.
I see.
And for sure, the running mate is coming from Ashanti region.
That's a fact. You know this for a fact.
That's for no. There's no. It's non-negotiable. It's coming from Ashanti region. Very well certain about that. It's coming from Ashanti region.
Okay.
Now the names that have cropped up. The current Minister for Energy, Napo.
Yeah.
The a Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joe Wise, and the current Education Minister, Dr. Educhum, and possibly the Majority Leader. These are the names that are circulating on the lips of people. But when you look at the election that went on in the choice of the flag bearer, if I were Bawumia, I will consider among all these things, yes, somebody who has the knowledge, who has the charisma, and who is liked by many. By factoring in the number of votes that he has brought on board during my election. Chairman Sabonsu, who, yes, even though Bawumia won in the Swami constituency, he won in Joe Wise constituency, he won in Adichum constituency, but the margin of victory in Napo constituency, Manshia North, was very huge. He was able to give him almost 80%. So that is a very strong indication that if I were Bawumia and part of his advices, I will actually go for
Napo. Okay.
Yeah,
so
Napo. I'll go for Napo, given the fact that he's from the royal family. He has a neck, in Ashanti region, he has a name.
Okay. So my quick reaction to that, first of all, and this is going to be a hydra-headed question, so please bear with me and answer it as such. But first of all, there are those who say that regionalism that we bring into our politics is not healthy, right? Like, because Dr. Bawumia is from the north, if there's somebody from the north who is very well cut and ready, they should bypass him and go for somebody from the Ashanti region, only because that's your World Bank. Now, the other angle of this is this, that I mean, for me, for instance, I don't know why we can't fill two northern candidates as president and vice president, if so be the case.
No, you don't know. You don't know because you are not a politician.
No. I'm saying. I know exactly what you're saying. That's what I'm kicking against, right?
Yeah.
Because at this point, your focus is on winning votes rather than getting the best brains to head the country. But that's one part of the question. The other part is this: the names that you have mentioned, it looks as if some of them come with some heavy baggage, because we're only thinking within Ashanti region. If you take Napo, for instance, good friend of mine, but Napo is somebody who has been heard saying things like, if the flood victims in the Volta region were, seen to, he was going to go on a strike, something like that. Once you leave Ashanti region, these things become a baggage. If you look at Joe Wise is somebody who said the 8 people that were killed in the elections were armed robbers. That is some heavy baggage. If you look at Che Mensah Bonsu, this is the same person who was pelted with water in his own constituency. So I probably understand why Dr. Bawumia is having a hard time choosing a vice, But it looks as if a lot of people are going for Napo. But apart from the votes that he brings in his constituency, what else would Napo contribute to Bawumia's campaign outside of the Ashanti region? Remember, this is not an Ashanti region affair. It's a national affair.
First of all, you should understand the dynamic of world politics. Even in advanced country like this, where we don't have ethnicity and tribal sectionalism, but there are so many indicators that flag bearer, a candidate normally center before he brings up another person. But in our part of the nation, our ethnic background and religious backgrounds, they take part in the politics,
they
whether
factor,
you like
yes,
it or not.
True.
So here, when you pick somebody, when Obama won, he had zero experience in foreign policy. You must have somebody who has a very good foreign policy credential and partner him. So that is exactly what is going on there. If you want to win election, there are so many indicators that your team has to anchor on. And of course, you and I cannot divorce religion, ethnicity, and tribal politics from our politics. This is something which is known to everybody. So in selecting a candidate who want him to partner with you, you take into account all these factors that I've mentioned. Which is why the party tries to balance up the equation. Think of Rawlings. Rawlings, with his, unlimited, charisma, he was liked by a lot of people, which is why he went for Koaka and subsequently went for Atta Mills. No problem with that. But from there, you realize that, political thinkers and political scientists, people who are trained in politics, realize that, you see, in order to balance up or to unite the people of Ghana, we should be switching on this. And these two major parties have been feeding into that thing, and it's working. But I am not against that if a candidate is from Volta region, he should not choose another Volta region, but it's going to be politically miscalculation. You are not going to see any headway. If you are coming from Ashanti region, then you go to Ashanti region and select you are not going to win the election.
Okay. All right.
You are not going to win.
Well stated. Well stated. Now I have 2 quick questions before we pull the curtain on this topic and move on to the next one. So my first of those 2 is, now, even though Dr. Bawumia hasn't put out a clear message yet, let me emphasize yet, right? But we still, in our minds as a people, are figuring out whoever has put themselves out to be voted for and trying to decide why. Okay? Why should we vote for Dr. Bawumia as Ghanaians? Why Dr. Bawumia? Hello, Mazu.
Yes, I am with you.
Yes. Did you hear my question though?
Yes, I heard your question. Why should the people of Ghana vote for Dr.
Yes.
Mahmoud Bawumia.
Yes.
Why shouldn't they vote for him?
I mean, he has to make the case. It's his case to make, not mine.
He has to make the case, whether we like it or not. Continuity of project. Normally, in our part of the world, we normally criticize politicians for abandoning a project of their predecessor, especially when the party is in when that individual is from different persuasion. Exactly, like the affordable houses at Asawasi, Mampon, Asante. So, if we are able to elect Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, that kind of concept is going to continue. You make sure that the program and policy that were started when he was vice president under Akufo-Addo will easily be completed. And that kind of accusation will never occur again. Number two, when you look at the candor of Bawumia, his composition, very honest individual.
Really?
Very, very honest individual.
Really?
Down to earth. A highly respected individual. Somebody who will not even, come out with a word that will polarize the nation. Bawumia cannot be cited for using a very abusive language against his political opponent based on ethnicity, tribal, or religious affiliation.
But he has said that he's Muslim, so he should be voted for. That is divisive, isn't it?
Did you hear what I said?
I heard what you said.
So why this question? Why from this question now?
But you just...
I'm saying he has never used any abusive language. I'm repeating myself. Against his political opponent based on religion or tribal affiliation.
Abusive, okay.
Yes. So if he has assembled people to tell them, vote for me, I am one of you, you are co-Muslim. Has he insulted anybody?
No, he hasn't. But do you think it's fair for people to go on that trajectory? Isn't that a dangerous trajectory to go on? But let me not distract you. Just go on with what you were saying before.
How many times haven't we seen Rollins go to Volta region and told the people of Volta region that they should vote for him? Is one of them.
I've never heard that.
How many of them? No, you didn't what?
I've never heard that personally, but it could be. I don't know.
You would never hear that. How many times haven't we heard Atamils told the people of Central region, Adififie were here? How many times haven't we heard that?
I think I heard that. Yeah,
heard that one too.
That I think I've heard. I don't remember hearing it from him, but I've heard that.
No, I'm coming. I have no problem whether you hear it or not, but I'm telling you this. How many times haven't we heard John Mahama went to Yabangura and told him that he's a son, he's a great grandson of Yabangura, so the people of Gonja land should vote for him?
I've not heard that, but I'm not disputing it.
So it's never a political miscalculation when you tell your people, I'm one of you, try and pick me. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, all right. So,
I would never, I haven't faulted John Mahama for saying that. I haven't faulted Atamis for saying that. Do you want him to say he's not one of them? No.
Okay, all right. Point made.
That kind of things is going to, add up to all the factors that we're talking about for electing somebody as a president.
Okay, but
the unity for purpose that he wants the people of Ghana to achieve. Those are all these ingredients that will come together to be able to allow him to be elected as a president.
I see, but I don't know if you have heard Ghanaians chastise Bawumia for the economy, accuse him of abandoning his spot as the head of the economic management team, and a myriad other accusations. The state of the economy, let me use perceived, just so I don't ruffle your feathers right now, because I don't want to go into another trajectory. So let's just say perceived corruption that is going on in the country and everything. Do you hear Ghanaians, making statements like that?
I've heard members of the NDC say that, and of course they are Ghanaians. And
it's not just NDC members though.
I've heard members of the NDC articulated this. I expect them to say nothing but what they are saying.
Mazu, you're saying that you haven't seen any corruption in the country? You haven't heard of...
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I said I hear a lot of NDC members saying that. And it is something which is expected. But one-on-one, I have never seen any corruption going on there. I cannot cite to you one person who has engaged in corruptible acts.
Again, I'm not trying to go down that trajectory, but just so we are very clear in our minds. You saying that you haven't heard of all the different scandals that are coming out of the country, or you don't believe them?
It is being articulated by members of the NDC.
That's not true.
And it is expected.
Manasseh Azure is not a member of the NDC.
Let me make a point. Once they don't want the party called NPP to continue ruling the people of Ghana, definitely we expect that they will manufacture unmeritorious allegations.
Okay.
Allegations that are neither here nor there, just to brighten their corner.
So you're saying that Manasseh Azure is a member of the NDC?
It is clearly expected in politics.
I hear you, Mazu, but I'm saying, are you suggesting that Manasseh Azure, same Manasseh Azure who did a scandal on John Mahama's Ford car and are confirmed flying to Burkina Faso and all of that, now is an NDC person?
Do you tell me that when Manasseh came out with this reportage, members of the NDC subscribed to that? They didn't subscribe to it. They didn't agree. So if Manasseh is coming out with something, against the NPP, it is expected of his journalistic standard. But then to question me as whether he's a credible individual, that one is a subject that can be dealt with another time. I have no problem with him coming out with the...
Okay, we're not discussing Manasseh Azure. We're discussing the issue that he brought up.
So it is in the content of his journalistic standard.
Yes, and you are saying that you do not believe.
For the NDC. But when he broke the issue of the Ford escape, eventually he came and apologized. This Ford escape was not even articulated by members of MPP. It was him. And
no, it was. Mazu, it was. It was very, very heavily latched on by the NPP. But anyway.
No, we fed on that. We never broke the issue. It is Manasseh who broke the issue.
Of course.
And every experienced politician is expected to feed on that in order to capture the audience.
Yeah, but you just said that you didn't even pick it up. And you did pick it up. But anyway.
No, I never said we didn't pick it up.
Okay,
I said
all right.
it never was never coined by the MPP.
Okay.
So if he comes out with allegation that the NDC think they are going to capitalize on it, fair and good. I have no problem with that.
All right.
But the authenticity of that allegation will be proven by the people of Ghana.
What do you think of John Mahama's 24-hour economy policy?
The 24-hour economy is not a novelty.
You live in New York. You know very much about that.
It's not a novelty. It's not a novelty. It is something that is going on. He only gave it a catchy and an appealing.
You mean it's going on in Ghana as we speak, 24 hours? 24-hour economy? That's not true.
Petrol sales, do you close gas stations in Ghana?
A lot of them. Only about 5% of petrol stations stay open in Ghana, yes.
I am telling you, I don't know.
Pharmacies closed down.
So now, listen. Are you telling me the 24, in your own understanding, the 24-hour is not sanctioned by law? It's not going to be sanctioned by law. So if you tell me, yes, we have petrol station that closes there. So if I own a petrol station and decided I'm going to close it midnight, have I gone anything against it?
You see, yes. I just mentioned that you live in New York, so you know a lot about this. So let's not bury our heads in the sand. Let's not pretend to have the same level of knowledge where of some. But hold on a second. Hold on a second, please. Hold on a second.
Is it a novelty?
It is a novelty. It is because Ghana, as we speak, does not have a 24-hour policy. And in case you haven't done, hold on a second, please.
In the hospital, do they close?
Mazu, let me make a point. The fact that Mazu, listen. Mazu,
in hospital.
You are a professor. you know much more than a lot of other people. So do not downgrade the discussion, because we want people, Mazu, hold on a second. We want people to come up to our level, not go down to their level. No. You know, Mazu, please, let me make a point. You know very well that a 24-hour economy policy, it's not about a couple hospitals staying open throughout the night or gas stations staying open throughout the night. We're talking about the manufacturing sector. We're talking about trade and industry. We're talking about social resource, social activities and all of that, right? So if you haven't looked deeper into that concept, I think what John Mahama is espousing is not something that Ghana already has. And it comes with other things that you probably are not, paying attention to, i.e. giving tax incentives for businesses that would latch on to operate 24 hours. And it doesn't have to be law. It's a policy, right? So for instance, if the company is operating 24 hours, they're able to employ more people because they're able to run more shifts. And for that, they get a tax incentive. And for that, they get a special rate for the energy they consume.
I still tell you that the 24-hour economy is not a novelty in our country.
So show us.
Because
you are mentioning Mazu.
Take your time and listen to me.
Our
facilities are operating 24 hours. Our gas stations are operating 24 hours.
That's simply not true. And chop bars. I heard
hospitals are around 24 hours. The police force ran 24 hours.
Okay, all right. Okay. So you tell me, all these ones.
I started and you truncated.
No, you actually truncated the point I was making, because you barged in and started asking if I was done. But I'm asking you, all these things that you are mentioning, which of them do you know that is benefiting from a tax incentive? That's benefiting from special tariffs.
You have lengthy our debates. You should have listened to me very well. I'm saying it's not a novelty. We have certain segments of the economy that operate on that. And those that are not operating on that, if it's coming to give them boost, fine and good.
Okay.
I started, but you just jumped into it.
Okay.
And it is
my apologies.
This policy is not a novelty. Airport, we operate 24 hours.
Okay. All right. Regardless.
Hospitals operate 24 hours. But if President Mahama is coming back to expand that theory, why not?
Okay, good. All right. My apologies for barging in.
Why not?
So.
But then it has its own, because come to think of it, in the northern part of the country where about 78 to 90% people are predominantly farmers, how would the economy improve? 24 hours. So I am telling you this. It's a nice policy, catchy and appealing, but it's not a novelty.
Okay. It doesn't have to be a novelty though, if you ask me. Let's admit, let's assume without admitting that it's not a novelty. But do you think it's a good policy for the country at this point in time?
It's a good policy if it is implemented to the letter. It's a good policy. Why not? It's a way of motivating people to put their ass together, as it were, and work very hard. That's all.
Alrighty. Thank you for. This is why I like you, Mazu. This is the Mazu that I like, when you get practical like that, But anyway, thank you very much. I want you to please stay on so you can also chime in on
I'll be
on the other topic. Thank you very much.
The bottom line is that who are we going to contest in this election? But I believe it is John Dramani Mahama. If it is John Dramani Mahama and the NPP as a political party, we don't panic over him at all. He is somebody who we have gone into contest with. And the history of our country, he is the person who has received the largest defeat ever in the political election. We have defeated him, we defeated him again, and we continue to defeat him. What new is he coming to do apart from what he has done? Mr. Thomas, know that your presidential candidate is a discredited political entity. Know this. There's no way JM, what is he going to tell people of Ghana so that they will vote for him again?
He has said it already though. You're running up, so I don't want to step in. Yeah, but some of these things, go ahead.
Having gone through this excruciating economic pain under him, subjecting the good people of Ghana into a needless doom for 8 solid years. What are you talking
Doom
about?
so wasn't Mohammed's fault. Let's not do that on my platform. Let's not do that on my platform. Doom so Muhammad came to meet Doom so, and he did solve it. Let's not do that.
Yes.
Let's stay factual, Mazu, please.
I'm done. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so again, you are recoiling when you are pushed back on, and I don't think that's a good thing. You were rounding up, so I didn't want to interject, except that I don't want my platform to be one that is used for peddling untruths. And Mazu, you and I know that Dumso was there when President Kufuor was in power, right? As a politician, it's your right, it's your prerogative to say John Mahama was terrible, he was everything that you want to say. But let's state the facts clearly. Dumso was not Mahama's baby. He came to meet Dumso, and he did solve it to the point where your own party has admitted that there was excess power. You know, so I'm sorry that rubs you the wrong way, but I want this to be a platform that people can point to and confidently say that we're not doing any propaganda here. We're staying with the facts, just like we've been doing for the past 2 hours, Mazu. So I do apologize if I rubbed you the wrong way by interjecting, but I come to you because I know you have the facts. So that's what I want you to put out, you know. But thank you very much all the same. And I hopefully will see you gentlemen on the show again sometime soon. Thank you for your time, and have a good rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much for doing the listening. My name is Kwesi Son Bako. I come in peace, I come not to please. This has been your favorite show, Weekend Editorial on Radio Culture. Next week, God willing, we'll be back same time with another subject. God bless, I love you, and I love Ghana. Let's make it a good day. Thank you. I'm out.
You say you be food soldier, they follow party matter, they carry all God dirty water, present in every danger. At the end of this year, waiting you get by the year. Has it yet become clear that these people they don't care? We know vex enough. No vex enough.
If you think about these things, your head goes scatter. If you think about these things, your head goes scatter. Honestly, finish for this country we call Ghana. If you think about these things, your head goes scatter. If you think about these things, your head goes scatter. Honestly, finish for this country we call Ghana. Shine your eye, so say you go down your grind.